Hi, everybody. Gary DeRitter here. I'm coming to you from the Jersey Shore this morning, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to what we're calling Team Elite University Online. Now, we had some thoughts about calling it Team Elite University Online, and the reason is that Team Elite University is a treasured event that has taken place for literally decades and has been a key part of the growth of many, many, many people's businesses over that couple of decades. It's an event that takes place right there in Provo, Utah, and it has evolved. It's gone from the Wells Fargo Bank building, some of you remember that, and sometimes at the Marriott, and sometimes even at the University of Utah. And now, of course, when the beautiful Nu Skin corporate facility was built, the Innovation Center, it allowed us to be able to do that presentation right there. About once a month, about 10 months out of the year, we have this event. And we used to call it the fly-in because people would literally fly in. They would come from all over to experience the whole setting, to meet people from corporate and hear from scientists, to take tours. We remember back in the day, we would go down to the Pharmanex building and then over to the tower and here and there. And, it was really quite amazing. It was just eye-opening for so many of us, as that experience led us to a greater level of belief and confidence and excitement about this opportunity. Along the way, we really developed so many friendships, and we found out that Nu Skin is something that's very, very special. I don't know if it's just the products. It isn't. It isn't just the people. It isn't just the opportunity, but you put all of that together and you put together this connection we have with the corporate people, and it's just a special experience. So we're not going to pretend today that this is like Team Elite University. However, we did feel that it was time to kind of gather everybody, because Jim Rohn used to talk about the power of the assembly and how important it is to get together and to be around like-minded people and the benefits that you get from that. And so we wanted to be able to offer that experience. And while there's a handful of people that are going to be sharing their experiences and going through the curriculum and some of what gets presented from stage there, we understand that a Team Elite University is more than what's presented from stage. It's what you learn from people on breaks. It's what you learn and see and feel and experience. It's the dinner with your team afterward or on Friday evening. It's so many other parts to this. We can't do those things today. What we can do is bring you the best of what we can represent as to, what this program can do based on simple principles and the basics of what we do and what we teach. And the people that are going to be presenting are a group that's part of a very, very large group that does these components, these trainings, month after month, year after year. In fact, I just have to name a few names, and I'll be remiss because I have to leave out so many more who have contributed. But today you won't hear from Sean and Sherry Brady or Blake Bryson or Ed DeRitter or Casey Council Jiha or Rick Jiha or Tracy Palo or Jed Knight or Alicia Knight. I mean, Paige Riffle, Dan McCormick, others who have contributed, and so many more who have been on stage contributing, sharing their best, and nobody ever getting paid for that. It's just like-minded individuals who have always felt that by sharing what they know in an environment where others can learn, not necessarily their own team, but sharing with others, that everybody is elevated because of that experience. And so we can't wait for the true One Team Global fly-in, the Team Elite University to be back in place. It'll happen, and we will celebrate, and we will high-five, and we will once again be able to hug. All of those things are going to be awesome. But in these times, they're challenging times, and we've tried to figure out what's the best way to go. And so we've got a nice curriculum we're going to walk you through today, and we're going to do it in 3 spots. There's going to be a 1-hour Facebook Live. We're going to take a couple of minute break, and then we'll start our second. It'll be a second Facebook Live on the same location, and we'll take another 2-minute break, and then we'll do the third 1-hour Facebook Live. Each hour is very, very different in the components, the speakers, and what we're going to be covering. And you don't want to miss a minute of it start to finish. And so I would really encourage that you get your journal out, you get your pen out. But as we start, I do want to remind everybody of a couple of key things, especially in these times. The first is that Nu Skin products are not designed for the cure mitigation of disease. If you have a known health condition, you should be seeing a qualified healthcare professional. We take that very seriously. The second thing is that our Nu Skin business opportunity is a business opportunity that does not require an investment to get started. It's free to join. and that we earn money on the actual sale of products to end consumers, customers, our members, and that's how we make our money. We don't make any money with the recruiting process. That's not part of the economic platform that we're part of. But we've got an outstanding program overall, and we have people who have been using this flexibly from a gig opportunity all the way up to full-time and beyond. And so we want to show you sort of an opening part and a start, knowing that the vast majority of our audience today will be people who are already part of our teams. And we would always say, defer to the people that are part of your immediate coaching team. They're going to give you the specific details of the how-to, but you're going to get a nice overview of some of that how-to today. So having said those things, I want to introduce our master of ceremonies today. Our MC comes to us from Texas. He is a Blue Diamond along with his wife, Vanessa. They've built a terrific business, and he's an entrepreneur. He's been in the building and contracting world. He's been in the fitness world. He has been a homeowner in a rental properties. He's done a number of things and has also been on a course of personal development. His journey with Nu Skin has been a parallel course of building a business and building himself. And we respect what he has accomplished in both areas. So please welcome our MC for today, Jason Harris.
Thank you so much, Gary, for the introduction. I am super excited about today. We had, decided to put this together literally less than a week ago. And we said, we can pull this off easy, right? So we pulled it all together. We have an amazing group of people, and we're also going to hear from a few corporate people. So our first presenter to kind of set the tone for the day, he's a good friend of mine. He's been with Nu Skin since 2008. He's a ex-professional wakeboarder. He was known all over the wakeboarding industry. And this is just an amazing individual that's been building business literally around the world. I think every other month he's flying back and forth to South Africa. That's commitment. So without any further delay, I want to introduce our first speaker that will just kind of get the tone set for the day. He's a good friend of mine. You know him as Captain Fun, guys, Mr. Nick Weinecker.
Thanks, Jason. Welcome to the first virtual Team Elite University training. Thanks for the tee up, Gary. So I'm just going to share with you guys my story, my journey here with the company. It's been a 10-year plus journey, and I'll give you it broke into two segments for me. What an interesting time that we're in right now. People are. It's like we live in a sci-fi movie at this current moment. People around the world not being able to leave their house, and it's doing some pretty shocking things to the business world, to economics, and it's kind of proof that we're all in this thing together. We live in a truly global society now, and Nu Skin being a global business, an international business, with a global seamless compensation plan, meaning you can get paid in your home currency from products that move into anywhere in the world. That has really never quite landed quite as powerfully as it does right now. So I'm going to share with you my story. I'm going to lay out a little bit of what the actual Nu Skin opportunity is, because we are aware as a team that there may be some people on here that are just kind of seeing this for the first time, learning what this whole thing is about. And then I'm going to end in about 8 minutes from now and turn over to the next speaker on what the system is that we use, and it's called System 7. So I'll share my screen in a second, but my background, I was a professional wakeboarder. So I saw X Games when I was 12 years old, and I saw people living a life that I wanted, and I thought, that's what I want to do. And luckily, I didn't believe that I needed somebody to give me permission to have that dream. So when all of a sudden a pro wakeboarder showed up in my hometown to teach a clinic, I went to learn this clinic. And that guy, at the end of the day, he invited me to move to Florida to become a pro wakeboarder. And so I make decisions real fast. So 3 years later, I moved to Florida. I was 15. When I was 18, I packed my car up and moved to Florida, and I became a pro wakeboarder. I moved into a school, actually one lake away from the lake that I am on right now. This is my in-laws' place where my wife grew up, and I met my wife here. She was a professional wakeboarder as well, and we now have 2 little superhero kids, and we traveled the world and had a great time. Well, that guy who came in to teach me wakeboarding at that clinic back when I was 15 years old, that guy was also a pro wakeboarder. He called me in 2005 about Nu Skin for the first time. And he said, I've found a multi-billion-dollar company. that's made some $1 million investments into some sports science products or some nutrition science products. And I'd like to have you on my team. And so I actually started using Nu Skin products back in like 05 or late 05, early 06. And because I was using those products and I had the sticker on my board, people would ask me about the products. And over the course of 2.5 to almost 3 years, I had people buy products from Nu Skin attached to an ID number that I gave them where they could buy the products at wholesale. And when 2008 came, I had 9 sources of income. Nu Skin was actually a 10th. And all of a sudden, at 28 years old, owning 2 homes on a lake, my wife was pregnant with Bray, our first child. In 5 days, I found out I was going to be making no more money. Now, why do you think I'm the first speaker today? Because there's a lot of people that in the last 2 or 3 weeks went from killing it, everything's great, business is awesome, everything is firing, to like the water faucet turned off. And income generation, as people know it, is gone right now. And people are panicking. I was panicking. I was in that situation 10 years ago. October 30th, 2008, I called Charlie. I said, hey, man, the only money that they haven't called and said won't pay me anymore is this little, several $100s a month that I'm making from Nu Skin for my customers. But in the 3 years that I was talking to people about product, my friend Charlie went and became one of the top income earners at Nu Skin. And I knew he'd been successful. And I said, I need you to teach me how to make money, because I need to make money right now. Like, I need oxygen. And our hot story at the time was the facial spa. And we would take a facial spa to people's house. We would do a half face demo, and we would tell them the 5 points that I'm getting ready to share with you right now. And in a 45-day window, we generated a significant amount of income. It was enough for me to find that Nu Skin was a way for me to move forward with my life. Now, I believe I just shared my screen here. Let's see, we're gonna play this. Here we go. Okay, Captain Fun in the house. 5 points. These are 5 important points for any business. I'm not gonna go into them in great detail. I'm just gonna lay them out. There has to be a trend. There has to be something that is fueling the consumption of a product, something that is driving a business, something that is bigger than a fad, something that can't go away in a few years. And so we have targeted giant trends. It is important that the business, that the company that you are associated with as your partner in relationship, in business, is one that will never make you look bad and is transparent, where you don't have to go to battle for the company, that they are doing everything on their end to stand on their own 2 feet, like being publicly traded, and which Nu Skin is. We'll talk about the products. Most people want to know about the income potential. And I would say right now, timing is probably the most important thing. The trends in the world right now, there is the expanding internet business, the gig economy, people having all kinds of gigs. Unfortunately, because of some situations right now where people can't leave their house in this global quarantine, a lot of gigs aren't working. A lot of traditional businesses aren't working. However, there has been pressure for people to get on the internet. E-commerce is over $6 trillion a year, and it's growing at 15.5% year over year. At the same time that internet business is growing like that, spotted more than 20 to 40 years ago was the consumer spending habits of the baby boomers that have now grown into what is called health and wellness, anti-aging. It is the #1 growing consumer spending demographic on the planet. And it's people spending money to look and feel better as they get older. It's called anti-aging, and it is over $500 million a year, and it is quickly approaching $1 trillion a year. So 2 giant trends right now that we can participate in both of them, and they kind of overlap here. We're sort of like the Uber of anti-aging. We're like the Airbnb of sexy. Now, that second point, Nu Skin, we are, like I said, an international business. We're in over 50 countries. We do around $3 billion a year in sales. But if you look at where we were in 2009, we were at 1.3 billion. And 9 years later, we came in just under 3 billion as we ushered in a new genetic approach to anti-aging called ageLOC. And so if you've not experienced an ageLOC product or device, recommend that you get that experience ASAP. But Nu Skin is public. And so you never have to have a conversation about how this isn't one of those things, MLM, or people saying something about a pyramid and they don't even know what it is. They do not allow pyramids in any country on the planet, and especially not on the New York Stock Exchange. So highly reputable company, and it's an honor to be a part of them. What makes Nu Skin different than all the other companies in anti-aging and health and wellness is that we have a genetic approach to anti-aging, and it's all backed up. We do clinical publications on our ageLOC products. And so if you look down there in the bottom left, this 6S quality process, to the best of my knowledge, that is above FDA drug manufacturing processes, because our scientists know how to make products to those standards. Now, if you look at the awards we get down in the bottom right, Most Innovative Skincare and Nutrition Product Manufacturer Award and the Recognized Global Leaders in Anti-Aging Genetics Award. That's a mouthful of words. So we are way out in front of the curve of other companies as our science relates. Now look what we do with weight management. Okay, so this is my recent experience. From 224 pounds to 218 pounds, that is actually a 2-year window. As I recovered from an injury where I tore my pec off, had to get it reattached, was going to the gym, working on my diet, and then from 218 to 202 is 72 days of me doing our genetic approach to weight management, a product we launched in 2015 called TR90 for total redesign in 90 days. And yeah, so Nu Skin, it's not just a skincare product company for women, right? Last I checked, I'm a dude. Now, our beauty devices. Why does a guy with a background in wakeboarding and another guy from wakeboarding, why did we decide to work with devices? The at-home use anti-aging beauty device market is it's over $50 billion a year. It's a market category. And we have 3 devices on this screen who have been awarded the #1 most prestigious award in the world by Euromonitor 2 years in a row as the #1 at-home use anti-aging system. 3 of those devices on there. And the newest one is that little one with the blue circular head on it. It's called the LumiSpa. Now, how does it work? As you heard Gary say, that people can be enrolled for free, and we get paid by acquiring customers. So a person can get a free membership, log on and get a brand affiliate ID number. You can make retail profit by selling products at a retail markup. You can also build a team of a rep force of people, and the commissions on that, you get paid on a weekly basis. And then you can build multiple teams, just like medical distribution would do, or really actually just like how real estate works, how you have a broker who's got all their own independent agents. Those agents go out, sell the house, they make their commission. The broker makes an override every time one of his agents sells. And the more agents he has, the more teams he has. And so we can build the same way, and nobody has to say how long you have to wait or how much you have to sell before you can build teams. You can just come right out of the gates and do that. And that gets paid, those commissions get paid on a monthly basis. Now here's System 7. I said I would end on this, and this is what we're going to build the rest of the day on. We're going to speak a little bit on the what we do, which is on the left side of here, the workflow, where we set goals, create contact lists, the art of inviting, presenting, following up, getting started, and teamwork, which we are all in one team. That's what One Team Global is. And on the right side of this is the core habits. Now, if you look in the middle, the event cycle, you would see TEU in the middle of that target, and that's what this event is right now. Normally, we've all flown into Utah. We're at the headquarters to teach all of these principles in a 2-day window, but because we can't leave our houses right now and travel is locked down, we have gone virtual, and we're bringing this to you today. So thank you guys for the opportunity to kick off the day. And I hope that you take some notes. There are some serious powerhouses coming up next. So thanks for your time. I'm going to stop my screen share, turn it back over to Jason, and you guys enjoy a great day. I will. It's my birthday. Just saying.
Thanks so much, Nick. We really appreciate you. Thanks for setting the tone for today. I'm really excited about our next speaker because we have the opportunity here from the president of the America regions. Actually, he has pretty much everything. He's kind of over the entire part of the company except for the Asia region, for Greater China, basically. So Tyler Whitehead, he is an amazing individual. He has taken and gotten really our entire company. They've just pivoted in such a magical way, honestly, to be able to adjust during this crazy time that we are doing, that we're dealing with, honestly. So I don't want to take up any more of his time. I want to turn the call over to Tyler Whitehead. And just from the company's perspective, why don't you let us know exactly just kind of what's going on and how our supply chain hasn't stopped. This opportunity is still going strong. And from the corporate perspective and from everybody out in the field, I just wanted to thank you personally for everything you guys have done to keep our business flowing. So thank you so much, Tyler, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you. Great to be here with you. We're really at a interesting time, and I'd love to be able to make a bigger deal out of the transition, because I know it sounds impressive when we say we've managed to move 5,000 global employees to a remote work environment. But we know that everybody that participates in our business today has already been doing that. You are the professionals at work from home. I've heard a few leaders say work from phone, and I love that, because we really literally can take our business out the door of our office with us and create great sales, great opportunity to teach others how to be a part of our business with Nu Skin. And it literally happened overnight. About a week ago, Friday, so not yesterday, but a week ago, in Utah, where our global headquarters is at, we had a governor order that asked everybody to work from home if possible and leave the essential business functions operating, but take the elements of office work and send them home. So on Thursday afternoon, we got together with our teams. We made sure everybody took their laptops and their screens home with them. And by Friday morning, we were up and running with the 2,000 employees from our global campus, as well as around the world. So in 50 countries, our 5,000 employees were able to make that conversion. And by Friday, start a business. Friday morning, we literally had transformed our business to a remote operating model. And all of our operations that were essential in terms of our warehouse functions, our manufacturing functions, have been designated as essential for the economy. And so because we have products such as hand sanitizer and many of the manufacturing facilities where we produce both our personal care products and our nutrition products, have been designated in all 50 states in the United States and around the world as critical infrastructure. So that manufacturing continues today. And so we're very fortunate and feel very, very well prepared to have made that transition relatively quickly. Today, we're not seeing any disruption to ingredient supply or that manufacturing and inventory. And as you probably all know, we have many months worth of inventory that's already in the pipeline at any point in time. So we're very confident that we have plenty of inventory, even for those things that have recently become super popular in terms of Pharmanex and providing nutritional support and health products that people are thinking about more today than they might have been over the last few weeks. So very, very grateful to be a part of a company and a team that can make that pivot so quickly and so seamlessly. I think that the most difficult part of the transition have been the uncertainties and answering the questions in real time, making sure we communicate with our teams so they have the confidence that we have in our business. And as we've done that, we've actually seen this as being almost an accelerator event for our business. And we know that the opportunity itself, as Nick pointed out, really becomes in uncertain times when others might be looking at their income stream or looking at the stability in their personal economic circumstances, to have a business like Nu Skin where everyone's already working remotely, everyone's working from phone. You're able to, if you have an internet connection, you're able to get together with your team just like this meeting, and it doesn't have to be in person. And actually it's even part of the beauty of our business is having that flexibility with both the compensation where as much or as little as you want to do, and also have that be from anywhere. So whether someone's on a cruise ship or on a beach somewhere, or really from your living room, where a lot of us are now doing our work, has been an opportunity to demonstrate the agility and the flexibility of Nu Skin. So incredibly powerful tools that have already been in use by each of you. And along with our infrastructure being in place and behind that business, we're seeing great stability, and actually like I said, it's actually an accelerating event for our business. So we're anticipating having a very, very good year in 2020 because we have what people need. We have those products that people are seeking, and we also have the business opportunity that's flexible, remote, and actually requires no physical contact to sign somebody up, put them in business, put them in contact with customers remotely through that commerce platform that Nick mentioned is growing at 19% annually and continues to grow. Who among us would have thought 2 months ago that DoorDash would be one of the critical apps for people to be able to operate their daily lives and have either grocery delivery or food delivery to your home. We have the same business and have had that business for 36 years with people providing products shipped directly to your door. I might also just add that yesterday, UPS was designated as critical infrastructure as well throughout all 50 states in the United States. So you can be confident that we have a shipping economy and infrastructure that will continue to get products to your customers every day, multiple times a day if necessary. And so as long as we have that infrastructure, we know that our business is really well positioned throughout this. Despite that transition, we know that there are some things that will continue to be a challenge as we navigate. And Gary actually mentioned one of those, and it is that we need to be conscientious about the claims that we make about our products. Nick shared some of the scientific awards and the process that we go through for our products to substantiate all of the claims on our products. And they're amazing products. They provide incredible health benefits. We just encourage you to make sure you check with the product information pages. Those are all available online, or check with your team if you're unsure, or please check with us about what claims we can make about our products when we share them. They're incredible claims. They're substantiated through scientific processes, and we can be very proud that we have the best products that are out there. We know we'll see other people that'll make crazy claims. We at Nu Skin, we've been very, very successful over 36 years because of our dedication and commitment to science and to making sure that we're saying the right things about those products. So that's one thing that we just remind you in this time, that there will be a lot of people that would seek or push for things that are not appropriate. And we know that you and our teams will make the right approach to sharing those products. We're launching some new initiatives that you'll be hearing about, should go out today and on Monday, with respect to one of our incredible products, Youth. That will now be available at $99 for anyone who signs up for an auto delivery shipment. So excited about that. We also have 2 new kits that are coming over the next couple of days. You'll see those before the end of this month, that will combine some of our best products on the Pharmanex side. That will be AEI 10, Reishi Max, and a couple of others that go with that. So look for those. It's really a great opportunity to share a big part of the Nu Skin business. About 50% of our total revenue comes from our Pharmanex products. So great time to share those, and we're putting those into a format with an incredible value associated with those products bundled together that will give people a little bit of an overview about the Pharmanex side of our business. We know over the last couple of years, as we've exploded our business with our beauty device platform, that many people who have joined our business over the last 6 to 12 months may not have good familiarity with our Pharmanex products. So we're making these kits available to introduce both our brand affiliates and brand representatives to the Pharmanex side of the business, as well as new people who might be seeking some introduction to some of those products. So look for that over the next couple of days as we head into the month end. Couple of just things I just wanted to add about our business. You know, there's things that we can do even though we're physically separated, and that will help us as we come together. The irony for me is that we're seeing great collaboration and incredible connection, both internally with our teams that are supporting you every day from an infrastructure, sales, compensation plan side, but also in our supply chain and in the field. We're seeing incredible teams come together, you and your business owners across the world. And so the irony to me is that we're actually coming together as we're seeking to stay somewhat separated physically. But as we do that, think about just one thing. Even though we can't gather in person, you can continue to celebrate your team, and you can continue to support them. And we're doing that on our teams here at the company, and we know you'll continue to do that. And that recognition of people who are setting goals, who are taking action every day. There are a lot of things that we have complete control over in our environment, in our home in particular. There's no place where we as individuals have more control over what we do, how we think, how we act, and we know that as you get with your teams and support them, that you'll help them understand that even though there's uncertainty out in the world, that our ability to come together really gives us an advantage, both from a business perspective and from a personal and a support perspective. Focus on the things that bring you happiness. Focus on the things that you can control. Just want to confirm that, you know, from our perspective, we're fully operational. We are shipping product every day. We're actually shipping more product today than we shipped last month before all of the challenges started to occur. And we're seeing this again as an accelerator for our business. We have products that people need. We have a lot of products that people may not even be familiar with, people in our own brand representatives. And we're looking forward to sharing something else that people will need over the coming months as economic uncertainties happen. We want to be sensitive to those things. We want to be sensitive about how we share our opportunity. Each of you who have found Nu Skin, the leaders of Nu Skin, and I want to thank Gary and Nick and Jason and others for the invitation to just spend a few minutes with you this morning. I mean, what other organization is having a training this morning instead of watching the news or instead of being concerned about things that they can't control, taking action and really combining together in an educational environment, a forum where you can share with each other the things that you know, work in an environment like today, and we want to make sure we're sharing that with others in a way that provides them that opportunity as well. And we know that we'll see that be an accelerant in our business. Looking forward to an incredible 2020. Just want to say thanks again, Gary, Jason, everybody, for having me on. Please reach out to the company if you have any questions about product availability, operations, support in any way. We're here every day for you. We have an incredible team, and we've seen virtually no disruption to our business. We know, other than the questions that are being asked, we're able to answer those with very, very affirmative, positive responses, and really look forward to combining the products that people need today with an incredible business opportunity, and each of you to be able to share that and make a difference in the world. You are improving lives every day, and we're there to support that activity. We applaud you for that. And I just will close by saying we do have a Force for Good Foundation. It's a charitable nonprofit organization, and you can go to forceforgoodfoundation.org and make a donation. We're dedicating all of the donations, and we've seen many of those pouring in, so thank you for that. Over the next 3 months through May, all of our donations will be dedicated and directed to medical supplies and helping both the Red Cross and the United Way with critical needs for medical supplies, facial masks, and other things that they're seeking help with over the next few months. And you can make those donations. We want to say thank you for all of your support there. we know that you're improving lives, you're making a difference for others, and we really applaud you for that. Hope you have a great morning. Look forward to hearing more from the expert panels and learning together with you. Hope you have a great afternoon, great day, and please reach out if we can do anything to support you. Thanks again, Gary, Jason, and everybody. I'll turn it back over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyler. We really appreciate it. That's what's amazing. Just like you said, we're sitting here on a Saturday morning, and there's over 700 people that are tuning in. I mean, how awesome is it that we can adjust the way that we do and still be able to sow into each other's lives, come together as a team, and make a difference in the world. I think that's the funnest part about this company, that we, no matter what, we can still continue to leverage just leverage technology, leverage the tools that we have, and continue to make that difference. So going on into the supplement side of things, I know we've had a lot of questions, and I can't think of a better person to join us than one of our top scientists, a guy named Tanner Gibb, who's amazing. Like, every time I hear this guy, my brain wants to explode with all the information that he has. Tanner is he's part of the global Pharmanex R&D department. He's one of the technical communications managers, and he is an amazing individual. So without anything else, I know he's going to be talking about a few of our key products, like Youth, that Tanner just said that's coming back on sale. Yes, it's a great product. Anyway, Tanner, if you are ready to go, I will turn the time over to you.
Perfect. It says I can't start my video yet because the host has stopped it. So if we could unlock the video so everyone can see my pretty face, that would be awesome. There it goes. Perfect. Hope everyone's doing good. Thanks, Jason, for the intro. Happy to be here and spend a few minutes talking about what we do in terms of product development. I should reassure you on the product development side that things are going well. You know, we have timelines, we have deadlines, we have products that we're working on now, making sure inventory is good, but also, you know, we haven't lost track of the future and the innovation and you know, some exciting stuff that's in the pipeline that we're looking to launch here in the near future, but also in the next 2, 4, even 5-year plan that we have. So a lot of exciting stuff. Let me see if I can share my screen here. I have a few slides of some products that I do want to cover today. Let's see here. And these are going to be focused on our Pharmanex and our wellness products. So there we go. Perfect. So with that in mind, Tyler was mentioning that we have some incredible Pharmanex products, and because of our focus on devices and toothpaste and other products that we have, many people don't know or aren't very familiar with some of these Pharmanex products, but they really are incredible. Today I want to focus on just a few of these. LifePak is kind of a nutritional foundation, Reishi Max, ageLOC Youth, and G3. If we have time, I'll get into some of these other products that are also very supportive. I mean, AA10, an incredible concentrate of these small molecules that aid in cell-to-cell communication for optimal defense inside the body. Cortitrol, I mean, you think about stress and management, super critical. I mean, as it relates to focus and concentration, to managing stress, in addition to what stress does to your immune system, right? It really weakens that response. And so T-Green, another incredible product with powerful antioxidants. LifePak Nano, Cordymax for lung function, for vitality, for energy. We have a ton of incredible products. I didn't even list their ProBio PCC. Has kind of a protective, defensive response inside the body, very strong, resilient strain. But we'll see if we get time for some of these others, and I want to dive a little bit deeper into some of the priorities for today's call. So keeping in mind, before I get into the product, every single product that we sell is backed by our 6S quality guarantee. So, you know, we're selecting quality ingredients from around the globe, from the best sources. We have very strict specifications that go into every single one of our products. I don't know if most of you know, but we get a certificate of analysis from our manufacturer before the product is actually released in the marketplace. And so we want to make sure that all of our specs are checked off. So we have specs related to the active ingredients, making sure that what you see on the label is what you get, even at the end of shelf life. In addition to strict specs on some of the bad stuff, we want to make sure that we meet our label claim and our specifications for, you know, heavy metals, So things like mercury and lead, total bacteria, E. coli, Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, yeast, mold, other potential contaminants depending on the product. So very, very, very strict specifications, even in addition to things like weight, moisture. We want to make sure that the product is safe, that it's secure every batch, every time that you get this product. We standardize to the active ingredients where applicable. Safety is a given, but it's a staple of what we do. And the substantiation, we substantiate every single one of our products. And like Tyler mentioned, especially nowadays, we want to make sure that we back up our product claims, and we do, but also make sure that we stick with those product claims when we talk about products and what they do and their benefits inside the body. So that said, let's talk a little bit about LifePak. I don't know how many of you have tried LifePak or have used LifePak before, but it really is an incredible product. And it's unfair to just call it a multivitamin. I know some people do, but to be honest with you, it's really 8 formulas in one. And so the advantage of LifePak is instead of going to some health food store and getting, your vitamin C product, your immune booster, your digestive formula, your metabolism support, your antioxidant support, your brain formula, you really get all of those formulas in LifePak in these very convenient sachets that you take. There's 4 capsules in LifePak in a sachet. One yellow, which is the vitamin capsule, 2 of the white ones, those are the mineral capsules, and then one kind of off green tan color one. Those are going to be the phytonutrients, the additional antioxidants. Some people do ask me, well, why are there 4 capsules in a sachet? Why can't we make a multivitamin that's just one a day, so to speak? And the answer is we use effective doses of these ingredients. So some of the ingredients like vitamin C, for example, calcium, magnesium, some of the more important ones you might argue, are very deficient in our diets, but they also take up a lot of space. And so to get effective sources that are bioavailable for the body in effective amounts, you need to have that number of capsules. And so when it comes to LifePak, one of the main benefits is that it's not just about preventing deficiency that many of us have. It's about optimal levels of nutrition for good health and wellness inside the body. And what we mean by optimum is that it's one thing to prevent deficiency. For example, you look at vitamin C. If you don't get enough vitamin C, you can get scurvy, right? That's a deficiency disease from not getting enough vitamin C. Well, of course, we want to prevent that, but there are some additional benefits above and beyond just getting what's 100% of your daily value on the label. I mean, even when you look at healthy diets around the world, typically we recommend a minimum of about 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So if you have, some strawberries, an apple, some broccoli, tomato, whatever it might be, even just with those 5 servings, you're going to get much beyond 100% of your daily value. And so that's what we consider when we formulate a LifePak. We wanted to make sure that it's not just preventing deficiency. What is optimal nutrition inside the body? In addition to what are the upper limits, making sure that the product is still safe when we consider what a normal diet is, plus what optimal nutrition is that you get from LifePak. So this is just some of the stats and the data of deficiencies that we see from studies of thousands and thousands and thousands of individuals. And you can see that just from naturally occurring from our diets alone, I mean, we're very deficient in vitamin A. I mean, 80% of us are below the EAR. So the EAR is the estimated average requirement, and you don't have to memorize that or know that, but just know that that level is even below what the daily value of what 100% is that you see on product labels in terms of supplements and foods. And so from food alone, I mean, vitamin C, over 50% of us, we're not getting enough. 100% from food alone. Vitamin D, in fact, a lot of experts call vitamin D deficiency a global epidemic. And when you think about vitamin C, you have vitamin D receptors on a lot of different cells inside the body that relate to wellness and health. Things like neutrophils and granulocytes and natural killer cells and T cells and B cells. They have these receptors, and a low amount of vitamin D in the body is not good for our health. And so that's an epidemic. Just talking about the deficiency levels of vitamin D that we have not only in America but even globally. Vitamin E deficiency, some of the B vitamins, for everyone it's a little bit different. And then you look over here on the mineral side, calcium and magnesium really are the 2 big players. And that's one of the reasons why I mentioned why LifePak is so great. Yes, it is 4 capsules, but we're putting these bulkier nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D that people are most deficient in. And you can argue that the ingredients that are most important for us are the ones that we're most deficient in. So these are just some of the wellness supportive ingredients that we have in LifePak. You look at vitamin A, Vitamin A deficiency is a big concern as it relates to our health and wellness systems. Vitamin C, a very powerful antioxidant, helps to produce collagen. It's kind of a strengthening ingredient inside the body. Vitamin E as well. It works in this antioxidant network with vitamin C. Vitamin D deficiency, I already mentioned that. It's a biggie. Vitamin D and zinc, even vitamin B6. You think about zinc and B6, why are they beneficial? Well, when you think about our bodies, when we need to improve our health, you need cell division to happen. And zinc and vitamin B6 play an important role in cell division and in DNA synthesis to be able to support a healthy response inside the body. Carotenoids as well are very powerful antioxidants. These are kind of your first line of defense against some of the waves of free radicals that we get bombarded with from poor sleep, from poor habits, from poor diets, from so many different things that are attacking our bodies. And so you just really get a wide range of really incredible ingredients in LifePak. So I'm moving through this a little bit fast, but I want to cover as much as I can. So Reishi Max is another incredible product, and I'm not going to go through all of the product claims and the benefits here in this training, but I do want to highlight maybe some of the unique points behind our Reishi Max product. So this is a product that contains a reishi mushroom. And not all reishi mushrooms are created the same, but this is kind of one of these ancient Chinese secrets behind Chinese medicine and some of the incredible benefits that come from this particular mushroom. So what makes our reishi unique is it actually goes through a multiple step extraction process. When you compare our reishi to other reishis in the marketplace, many actually don't even have the polysaccharides or the spores or the triterpenes, right? And for products that do standardize, maybe they have high levels of one, but they don't have high levels of the other. What's incredible about Reishi Max is that there's actually multiple steps in the extraction. So you actually get the reishi mushroom, and then you'll extract the triterpenes. These are some of the unique compounds from the reishi mushroom that provide really nice cell protection benefits inside the body. But then from that, you actually extract the polysaccharides. These are some of the parts that come on the outside layer of the reishi mushroom that provide nice cell protection and defense properties inside the body. In addition to that, we add a separate thing, which are these cracked spores, and we actually verify that it's a high pressure process that is proprietary in nature, but we actually verify it under a delicate microscope, if you will, to make sure that these spores are cracked. And what's so beneficial about that is that these spores, they kind of unlock some of the magic and some of the incredible properties of the reishi mushroom. They actually release some of the additional actives of these polysaccharides and triterpenes. And that makes up our incredible product called Reishi Max GLP. Some people wonder, why do we call it GLP? Well, reishi, GL stands for Ganoderma lucidum, and then P stands for the polysaccharides, some of the active ingredients that you get in the Reishi Max. So when it comes to the reishi mushroom, it's made in a very controlled environment because it grows on these wood logs actually in nature, and we actually mimic that through these incredible facilities that are controlled. It's almost kind of like a house with natural light that comes in that protects it from the outside environment. We want to mimic the same way that the reishi mushroom grows in nature, but without some of the concerns that can be with pesticides or with contaminants or with a bacteria that might grow. So this is part of our strict specifications, our strict purity levels that we require in our product, making sure that we have a pure, safe, and effective product that we can deliver to the world. So ageLOC Youth, let's jump in and talk about this product. This is one of my favorite products. It's something that I take on a day-to-day basis. It's probably a product that'll never go without. Excuse me. It is our most advanced anti-aging supplement, as you can see there. It's developed from our gene expression insights into healthy aging. Now, when we talk about gene expression, we're talking about inside of our cells, we have DNA, okay? And DNA is the makeup of who we are. But within DNA, we have segments of that are called genes. And we have about 20,000 genes. And each of those genes are the exact same in every cell inside the body. But what makes a skin cell different from an immune cell or a digestive cell or a liver cell or a kidney cell? Well, gene expression, right? So you have certain genes that are turned on and certain genes that are turned off that actually differentiate into the different cell types. So that's what gene expression is. In addition to that, what we care about isn't necessarily the different cell types that we have in the body, but what we care is how does gene expression change with the aging process, and how can we improve that by selecting ingredients that mimic a more healthy gene expression pattern inside the body. And that's what we've done with ageLOC Youth. Number two, there's a blend of natural ingredients that are really hard, if not impossible, to get, even from a very healthy diet. So these are ingredients like purple corn. I mean, unless you live in Peru, you're probably not getting a lot of purple corn, and it really is a super ingredient. One of our top screening ingredients as it relates to healthy gene expression. Purple corn was just incredible. It ranked super high. Citrus bioflavonoids, even if people eat citrus fruits, you're probably not getting a lot of those ingredients just because the bioflavonoids are primarily concentrated in the peel or in the rind, so in the outside portion of the fruit. And so it's usually bitter, and usually people don't take it. And so another good ingredient is fish. A lot of people don't eat a lot of fatty fish, so things like salmon, anchovies, and sardines. And even if we do, are we getting enough on a regular basis to be able to provide some of these health and wellness benefits? Just to give you a frame of reference, in America, we consume about roughly 100 milligrams a day of EPA and DHA. Whereas you compare that to a place like Japan, where they eat more fatty fish, they get about 1,000 milligrams a day. So there's a very, very big difference in terms of where we are in America, and some definite improvements that we can make to our diet. And then number three, it modulates what we call aging defense mechanisms. So these are natural mechanisms that exist inside the body that provide these systemic health and wellness benefits. So this is probably a slide that none of you have seen before, but this is actually from a study that was just published last month. This is a study that we're very proud of, that really validates this gene expression effect, but not just in the brain. What we've shown you previously is in the brain cortex. You can see in the green panel on the left-hand column, you can see that represents typical aging. The orange represents healthy aging. So this is a model of anti-aging that we know that works really well to improve the aging process. And then the red is the same group as typical aging, but they're given ageLOC Youth to see how it mimics or how it matches healthy aging inside the body. And when you look at these, this is what's called a statistical analysis, where they cluster the different groups together. And you can see that between healthy aging and ageLOC Youth, in the brain, in the muscle, and in other tissues inside the body, it's indistinguishable. In other words, this statistical analysis can't differentiate between those two because they're overlapping. They're so similar in their gene expression patterns, which is a really good indicator to us that what ageLOC Youth is doing is it's really mimicking this healthy aging pattern inside the body as it relates to gene expression. Each of these columns that you can see, I mean, they're so skinny it's hard to count them all. But if we were to count them all, you would see that there's between 2,000 and 4,000, approximately 2,500 to 3,300, 3,500 there in each of these tissues that are changing in a positive direction with ageLOC Youth. So that is the power behind this. And one thing I do want to mention is that even though there's about 3,000 or so genes that are changing and aging, and with this product, these are actually very different genes. There's very little overlap in gene expression between the brain, between the muscle, between these other tissues. And that makes sense if you think about it. The way that our brain ages is going to be different from muscle, or from fat tissue, or liver tissue, or skin tissue, or whatever it might be. And so this is a really, really good indicator to us scientifically that these benefits, these gene expression benefits that we see, are not just in one tissue. They really are systemically playing an incredible role with mimicking healthy gene expression patterns inside the body. So aging defense mechanisms, these are mechanisms that exist in the body, and they work really well when we're young. The problem is with aging and with outside and inside insults, these mechanisms, they decline in their function and in their ability to protect us. And so it's really all about gene expression that controls these. And what are these mechanisms? So tissue renewal, this relates to just healthy renewal inside the body. A lot of the cells that we have, we weren't born with, right? Cells are constantly undergoing a division process, some a lot faster than others, right? When you think about white blood cells, those are very, very quick. Red blood cells take a little bit more time. In the liver, well, in any case, every tissue is a little bit different, but bone is maybe a good example. There's this bone remodeling that occurs, and this is a constant dynamic process that happens on a regular basis. And so healthy tissue renewal is super critical in the body. Metabolism, another key mechanism. what I want to point out here is that Age Like Youth is not a quick weight loss product. A lot of people think of metabolism as quick weight loss. This is more helping to mimic healthy metabolism for the aging process. When you think about aging and our metabolism, what happens is generally our ability to control sugar and insulin declines. In addition to, what happens is when we have too much sugar and we have too much insulin, that triggers fat storage and fat metabolism. And so there's this shift where we tend to store more fat and burn less fat as we age. And so we really wanted to look at what are ingredients and what is gene expression that relates to a healthy metabolism for the aging process. Antioxidant defense, this is a given. But Age Like Youth, we wanted to focus not just solely on these extrinsic antioxidants, so things like vitamin C or vitamin E that we get from diet. We also wanted to focus on what are the ingredients that can help to produce intrinsic antioxidants or antioxidants on the inside of our body. So these are things like glutathione, glutathione peroxidase. I mean, there's a whole system inside the body, and so we really worked well to look at the science and what are the best combination of antioxidants to put inside of Age Like Youth. Detox and stress response, this is a given, but this is a key thing. I mean, detox, we're exposed to toxins on a regular basis, from smoking, from the environment, from pollution. We want to protect our cells and our body. And stress, you want our cells to respond to stress in an effective and a healthy way. And we looked at some of the science behind that, some of the mechanisms, for example, NRF2, that plays a key role with how does our body handle detox and how does our body handle stress in an effective and a healthy manner. Inflammatory balance. This to me is actually one of the most crucial things, because when it comes to aging, when our body is working well, there's usually not a lot of issues. But when the body doesn't work well and we have this inflammation that fires up, it can become chronic. And chronic inflammation is really a trigger for just bad things, for problems inside the body, for wreaking havoc. I call it a silent killer, because this chronic inflammation really impairs our health and wellness systems inside the body. It accelerates the aging process. And so we really looked at some of the science behind ingredients that impact gene expression, but also that support this mechanism of a healthy inflammatory balance inside the body. And then last but not least is DNA protection and repair. When we think about repair enzymes that we have inside the body and inside the cells, I mean, they're working on a regular basis, but they need adequate cell division. They need adequate nutrients to be able to support that process in a healthy manner. So when those mechanisms are working properly, we can really see the systemic benefits inside the body, from your head to your toe, from brain to skin to metabolic to bone. I mean, you can see all the benefits there for yourself. What's incredible for me as a scientist is when I talk to people and when I travel the world, of course, not traveling right now. There are many restrictions. We're trying to stay at home. But it's incredible to me to hear the testimonials of people who take Age Like Youth or any one of our other incredible health and wellness products for that matter. But specifically talking about youth right now, these testimonials really motivate our entire scientific team, because we see that products are changing lives. And the theme that I hear over and over again is that people don't know what they're missing out on until they actually take one of these products. And when they feel better, they have better health and wellness. Maybe they sleep better. Maybe they see heart health or skin health, whatever improvement that they see, that they notice. It's something that people don't realize they're missing until they actually take one of our incredible products. And so don't be afraid to reach out and to invite someone and say, hey, we have these incredible products. You just got to try it yourself and see the difference and feel the difference in your life. And I certainly have, by taking Youth, by taking Reishi Max. I take many of our Pharmanex products and many of our Nu Skin products, that is. G3, well, we'll finish with this one here. So G3 is an incredible product. What I love about it is that when we first developed this product, actually, just a little bit of a history lesson here, one of our senior scientists actually went to a conference. At the time, there was a lot of demand from our distributor leaders saying, you know what, there are some other juice products and we want to compete with them. And we said, we're not a Me Too company. We're not going to create what they already have. But we'll look at the science and evidence. We want to make sure that if we do create a juice, that it's going to be backed by good science, by good folklore, by good history, that it has good nutrients that are backed by science, because we're a science-based company. And so with that in mind, one of our scientists was at a conference one day, and this tiny little lady and actually was presenting some of the data she had presented on G3 in some of her research. Well, not G3, on the GAC fruit, excuse me. And what she was showing is that this GAC fruit is super rich in these beneficial nutrients. In fact, she showed that the GAC fruit on a per weight basis had 70 times more lycopene than a tomato, right? In fact, that's what gives the GAC fruit this very bright redness to it, because lycopene has a very bright, rich, beautiful red color to it. There's no added food colorings to our G3. It's just a natural combination of these fruits. So 70 times lycopene. I mean, our senior scientist was like, no way, this is impossible. I mean, tomato is a great source of lycopene. How could it have, 70 times that amount? Or how could it have 10 times the amount of beta carotene, compared to a carrot? Just these phenomenal numbers. And we said, you know what, we can work with this. This could be an incredible fruit that we could put and make into a juice product and give to our distributors with something that's actually backed by science. And that's what we did. We screened the literature and we looked at, well over hundreds of some of the best anti-aging fruits, and ended up putting the GAC, Siberian pineapple, silly fruit, Chinese lycium into this incredible superfruit blend with lipocarotenes. So you might ask, well, what are these lipocarotenes in GAC? Lipocarotenes are also found in the Siberian pineapple, by the way. Those are kind of two of the unique fruits that contain them. So lipocarotenes is just this matrix of fatty acids and oil that kind of protect these carotenoids and improve their absorption. So you can see here, this is actually a published study by Betty Vuong. She was actually the lady who was presenting some of her data at this conference. When you compare the synthetic beta carotene to the GAC fruit, you can see that there was 40% greater absorption, which is actually a big deal because beta carotene, it's a fat soluble carotenoid that doesn't have very good absorption to begin with. And so any kind of incremental improvement is going to make a very big difference in terms of that absorption level inside the body. So 40% is something we were really impressed with. And then you look at the change in the scanner score as well. So we looked at what is our typical scanner response based on the level of carotenoids in the product, and how does that compare to G3? And you can see that there's a drastic difference in terms of improved bioavailability. What I love about this is that G3 is great for adults and for children. We know that a lot of people have a hard time swallowing pills or capsules. For those people, I should mention, it's very easy to just empty the contents of our capsule and put it inside of food or liquid and consume that way. You'll get the same benefits, the same absorption. Of course, it's just the taste of some of the ingredients. That's why the capsule is convenient, and that's why we deliver it in that way. But G3 is it's a juice. It tastes great. There's no added sugar. Great for adults and for children, 1 and older. It's great for those who need to increase their servings of fruits and vegetables. When you look at the data, 5 is the minimum recommendation. Most of us aren't even getting there, even when you count orange juice as a serving of fruit. And so we really need that boost of our fruits and vegetables, of these antioxidants, vitamin C, different carotenoids. It's an incredible product. I can tell you my family takes it. Just on a personal note, I have a boy who's 9 years old, a boy who was 7, and then a little girl who was 3, and they all take G3 on a regular basis. And I can tell you, they love it. It's a boost, and I love it as well as a parent, because I can relate, and I know the science behind these ingredients and why they're so beneficial, especially for little kids who are picky eaters and don't get the fruits and vegetables that they should. We have other incredible, fantastic products. Maybe if I could just make a quick plug for AI10. It's an incredible concentrate of these low molecular weight molecules that aid in cell-to-cell communication. And why that is so critical is we have all these different types of cells. Like we have natural killer cells, we have B cells, we have T cells, we have neutrophils, we have granulocytes, we have agranulocytes, right? But these cells, they're in the bone marrow, they're in the thymus, they're in these different tissues inside the body. They need effective communication to be able to function at their optimal level. If I were to compare this to something, I would look at, back in the old days where you have your king, your castle, and you can see that there are knights and there are archers, right? And they're ready for an attack. But the bottom line is there's also these scouts, right? That are kind of like these people that are scouting the area, and they're looking for where an attack might be coming from so that they can alert or communicate a message, to the knights and the archers and the other defensive people, so that they can be ready to create this coordinated attack. And the same thing inside of our body, right? We need these messenger molecules that you get from AI10. So things like cytokines, lysozymes, lactoferrins, transfer factors, other molecules that are crucial for this incredible benefit inside the body. It's really a passive, incredible product. AI10 is one that I recommend as well. Shoot, if we had all day, we'd go into the science behind every single one that we had. And I know I kind of went through this really fast, but I just want to close by saying we have an incredible line of incredible Pharmanex products that a lot of people don't know about, that a lot of people need, that they'll benefit from through strengthened defenses and all of the other benefits that we claim from our official marketing materials. You can just download it from the website, from the product information page, and voila, you have all of that information at your hands. So thanks everybody for being here today and for listening for a few minutes to me.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanner. That was amazing. Like I said, every time I listen to this guy, I learn new things, and like my head just explodes because I take a lot of this stuff. I know the efficacy of it, but man, sometimes it's hard to really get people to understand the real difference and benefit of what we have. It's amazing. So just to let you guys know, we are going to have one more quick speaker, and she's amazing, kind of going over the topic of belief. And then we're going to have, we're actually going to stop this live that we're doing right now so we can kind of break it up into 3 segments like Gary talked about this morning. So we'll have like a little 2-minute restroom break. We'll run out, come back, and then start again. So, yeah, I'm super excited about our next speaker. And it's funny because, you got to watch out what's in everybody's room, right? One of my dear friends, Christy, already called me out about my Lady Boss placard over here, so it's awesome. But our next speaker, as you can see on the screen, is Miss Terry Tu. She is a dear, dear friend of mine, someone that I've been really blessed to get to know over the last several years. She is a 4-star platinum team elite, an amazing mama, circle of excellence too. Chief ambassador with our Nurse to Children program through our Force for Good. So I don't want to take any more of her time. She is going to tackle the issue or topic of belief. So Terry, are you with us? And please share with us your wisdom.
Yes, thank you, Jason, and thank you, team. Hello, welcome everyone around the world tuning in today. It's such a pleasure of mine anytime that I get a chance to share on this call here. A little bit about my family. Today, the topic of belief is something near and dear to my heart. And, in this time, what we need is hope and belief to navigate through this challenging time. This is my family. This is my pride and joy every morning as my 3 little monkey is downstairs. The picture I take on the left is we recently left Da Nang, Vietnam. We were there for 6 months. And my son Solomon, 7, Logan, 5, and Lance, 3. And thanks to God, I have another miracle baby coming in 2020 baby in August this year. The beauty about what we do and what this opportunity have done for myself and my family to able to wake up every morning. I have my business partner, my husband with this business with us. For me, but I love this picture. The Statue of Liberty for freedom. The journey that our family came here to the United States 40 years ago, it was not easy. I was very young, but my parents always reminded us of the journey that we take to be here in this great country called America. And, 200,000 people never made it, but we did. We got here. There was 9 of us in the family. I was the middle kid of 9 children. And see, my parents came from a generation of fishermen in our country. And so what they did best with no education and English, they bought a boat in Santa Cruz, California. And that is how they raised 9 of us. Growing up in America, even though we were where we want to be, but this is my view every day waking up. My dad would go fishing and put his life on the line every day, and my mom would sit home and mend the net. And as you can see, this is the dining area of one of our homes. And one event that happened that changed my life and helped me lead me to be where I am today. My mom kind of moved the net into the garage of our home, and many times I sit down with her, but that particular day I sat with her and kind of spread the net. But I know that the moment I get up to go to school, my mom would still be sitting in that cold garage. It was raining outside, and something tear at my heart. as I leave, I just look back and I felt like, is this America? Is this why we came here and risked our life? Because I barely see we have vacation. All I see was my parent working so hard, and so much I want to deliver the American dream. That day, my decision was, how can I deliver the American dream to my parent? How can I, do so much for them? That was something that I held dear in my heart. I was 14 years old, and that's a picture of me. As you can see, my clothes that we wear at that time, nothing matched, because most of our clothes came from Salvation Army, and that's where we get donation. But being an introvert growing up, I've always think wealthy is reserved for the wealthy, family, or your parent has to be in business, or you have to probably born under some lucky star. And so I choose a career where I fit my personality, being an introvert, someone who I didn't want to talk to a lot of people. So I choose the nursing, a career that I can give back, but without having to deal with a lot of people. But one thing that I kept in my heart was, the dream of delivering that American dream to my parents. And see, the day that changed my life was the day that I attend a presentation. My brother brought me to a presentation, opportune presentation in 1994. I was in 3rd years in my nursing career. But what the speaker showed with me that day was, we don't care where you came from, how young you were, as long as you're willing to be coachable and work hard and don't quit, that you can achieve your dream. And somewhere I believe in it. I believe in what he was sharing. And during that time, I was recommended by a book called Think and Grow Rich, because around me, the speaker talking about whoever you listen to, that's who you became. And somewhere I was a little bit depressed, because around me, everybody was broke and nobody really had the lifestyle that I want. And somewhere that set me on a course to embrace on a new challenge. I don't know how many times I want to quit network marketing, and I didn't think I had what it takes until I ran across a mentor who inspired me. His name is Hubert Humphrey. And I remember the day that I told him I want to quit. I don't think I have what it takes to succeed in network market. I'm too shy. My family's, poor. I don't have a lot of money. I'm young. I don't have a lot of connection. And one thing he told me was, Terry, for your life to change, first you have to change. So you don't expect your family to change. Don't expect the economy to change. Don't expect things to change. You just got to change. And somewhere it took in my heart that, it set me on a journey to become a leader, from someone who's timid to become a leader. And I work hard on myself, and I read a lot of great books, and, I protect myself. And, because he told me you become who you hang out with. And so, the old, he said, the old you today and the new you tomorrow is determined by the book you read and the people you hang out with, period. And after 5-6 years working with my mentor, and I was able to achieve success in network marketing at a very young age, in my late 20. And what really brought me joy is to able, overcoming all that challenge. During that time, not many Vietnamese and Asian do network marketing. And when I achieved the dream of taking my parents to their first dream vacation to Hawaii and pay all their bill, and that was the day that I knew all the heartaches, all the tears, and all the challenge was worth it. And and after that, I made a decision to be a financial independent woman before I have my family. And so I achieved that. I bought my first home, and I was living it until 2008, because the company I was with deal predominantly with financial market. And so just like in life, we never know when things happen, right? Just like what we live through right now, and during that crisis. But I truly believe, I truly believe that there's something greater, because my life success was determined by people helping me. People that helped me achieve that dream. And I wanted so much to pay it forward. I wanted so much to see them succeed. Over 9,000 people that was part of my business at that time slowly went away. And I ended up with losing my home and everything at the end of 2008, and moved back home and lived with my parents. Lost my home and all of that. And that was just 11 years ago. In January 2009, but somewhere in my heart, I believe that there's something has to be better. I always believe in any oppositions, in any, challenge, there's always opportunity. There's always, the sunshine, the rainbow after the rain. And I truly believe when you pray, God will deliver. And, in January 2009, when I sat in a convention with this company at the kickoff of 2009, I didn't even sign up yet. I sat there with my arm crossed and, judging this company, this opportunity. But after that 2 days, I knew this is where I should be. And I was looking for my permanent home in network marketing. I was looking for a company that could deliver, a company that has integrity, a company that has vision, a company that has stability. And I found it all in that convention. And the vision I have first is for my community, because I truly believe in network marketing, because this is where average people can become extraordinary, because I became in the process. And with that vision, we were able to track amazing people into our team with the same vision. And this is a picture of our team in Provo, Utah, 6 years later. From me, myself, and I sitting in that room to having over 1,000 people making an impact first in our community. Because I truly believe at the heart of what we do here every day is, we're in the people business. Because when we deal with people, people don't care how much you know. They just want to know how much you care, about them. And being a leader is not easy. I've never dreamed about being a leader, and I truly believe leader are made. They're not born in this business. See, if your action inspired others to dream more, to learn more, to do more and become more, you are a leader in this business. And I truly believe it takes leadership to achieve freedom. I truly believe wherever there's a leader, there's change. Wherever there's a leader, the explosion, exponential growth. And, at the end of everything we do, I'm excited to be here on this call. I'm excited to be a part of a company that truly, motivated by love, because it takes love to conquer everything. They say hope, faith, and love. The greatest of them all is love. You got to love people. And, they don't hear what you say. They feel what your heart, and what I see with Nu Skin is not just a business. Is a business of the people, of the heart. Even though I came here 40 years of my life, I'm Vietnamese, but I truly believe at the end of everybody's heart, at night, people sleeping, dreaming, hoping how their life could change. More than ever right now in the economy that we live in, people hope that things could have been better, that they could have more finance, that they could have more time for their family. Motivated by love, by attracting people that love other people, that want to serve other people. Because I've learned a long time ago, service to many will lead to greatness. And I'm so proud and honored to work with such great, team and great people that make an impact around the world. And as such we do today. And I truly believe on this call that each and every one of you have a dream, and you can live that dream. It's just a matter of a decision that you make. It's never in my wildest dream that I would have, dream of having an opportunity to, charter a helicopter and flying around Hawaii and have that helicopter landed on the waterfall and we can have lunch there. Never in my wildest dream where I came from to have that kind of dream that, my son, who's Solomon, 7 years old, he'd gone to all these places, he probably gone to more places than the average adult in our life. And the reason why many of us are on this call here today, especially for me, my attitude of gratitude, I'm so thankful in the last 11 years, what this company have done for me and my family and continues to do. I'm so thankful that we are able to build a global business around the world, that no matter what happened, no matter what challenge, what chaos, that we'll still be here at home, working from our laptop and able to make a difference. And, I'm so thankful a year and a half ago, I was able to represent United States to speak on the topic of believe, because I truly believe that as long as you believe that you can achieve. And I was sharing the same topic in Singapore at Southeast Asia in front of a few thousand people. And that was one of my dreams, is to make a life impact, to help other people transform how my life was fortunate to be transformed in this process, in this journey of network marketing. But at the end of our life, of everything that we've done, people won't ask you how much you earn, how much you make. It's about, what kind of legacy do you leave behind? How many people do you impact, at the end of your life? I remember 2 years ago when I went back to my country for the first time, You know, I went to Da Nang, Vietnam, where I was born, and I visit our family ancestor temple. And I was surprised to see that my name was on the 14th genealogy of our family tree. And, you know, I asked my cousin, I mean, does anybody in our family tree done anything, hold any major position in Da Nang and or high ranking officer? You know what my cousin told me? You know, cousin, you know, they're all fishermen. You know, it's kind of it grabbed my heart at that moment. It's because I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter where you came from, where your family. You know, today I want to take this opportunity to, you know, pay my respect to my hero, you know, my mentor in this business, who taught me many things. You know, my dad. You know, he won battle during the Vietnamese wars. He won many battles in his life, but a month and a half ago, he left us peacefully, you know, along with our family there, you know, leaving a legacy of all his 9 children. One thing is that's just a month and a half ago. But what I'm here to share with you is the decision that you make in life will allow you to do the things that you do for your loved one. You know, my heart was at peace, even though I lost the greatest man in my life. But 6 months before he passed away, you know, we gave him his last trip on business class, him and my mom, to Vietnam for 6 months to enjoy the summer. And, you know, so I felt like I was able to do and give everything to my dad and my mom. My question to you is, have you did all for your family, for your loved one? And there's a price to pay for that, to live the life that you want to live, to give those you love time and financial freedom. You know, one thing I've learned is we must learn to help those who deserve it, not just those who need it, because life responds to deserve, not need. And I'm here to tell you, success is not luck. Success is filled with tears and heartaches. And so you will get what you deserve in life. And again, you know, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You know, I've always looked back to this little girl, you know, and you never know who you come across in this business that will be the next champion. You can't measure a heart of a champion, what's inside a person. But I know in this journey of building, of impacting people is not easy. You might probably want to quit so many times, because I did it, you know, but I challenge you, you know, like this picture here. I thought about quitting, but then I noticed who was watching me, who's watching you. You know, how can you tell your children to go after their dream if you quit, right? And, you know, most important, you know, be somebody nobody thought that you could be, that people were watching you. They're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to be average and ordinary. And I'm here to challenge you that be somebody that people couldn't believe that you do. And in this challenging time, do your best. And I truly believe, just do your best and God will take care of the rest. And I truly believe that. And whatever we go through right now, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Thank you so much for having me today. You know, take care and God bless. And I see you all on the beautiful beaches of the world.
Wow, thank you so much, Terry. I love listening to you speak. You always get me all fired up. I'm ready to go conquer the world now. So again, like I was saying, we are about to take a quick 2-minute break. So go grab a drink, go grab a snack, go hit the restroom, do whatever you need to do. We're going to be coming back live on this page here in about 2 minutes, guys. So we're going to have a quick break, and then we will we'll come out. We have another amazing lineup of speakers you do not want to miss, guys. So I'll see you guys here in just a few minutes.